So this video is an interactive adaptation of the connected math lesson on the Kingdom of Montarac. And so I'm going to walk you through the student perspective, and then I'll flip it over to what the teacher sees. And so you can see how interactive this lesson is and how it was great for distance learning in teaching how to solve equations using visual models. So students can see here, when they first go to joinpd.com, they entered a code that I provided and they were brought to this screen. They choose how they're feeling. I'm feeling great. And the presentation loads. And so right now on my end, it's not on student pace. So students can only access this screen. If I had it on student pace, they could walk through the lesson. But I just wanted to give a quick example of what it looks like on just one screen of the lesson. And so in this case, they're trying to determine how many coins are in one pouch, and they're showing their thinking in the diagram that's given. And so again, this is taken directly from the textbook series that we use, Connected Math, the third edition. And so students are allowed to draw on this, and so they can think about how they would approach this to figure out what's in one pouch. And so they've got all these tools at the bottom: a pencil, a highlighter, a line, text, an eraser. They can make their marker really big, or they can make it really skinny, and just depending on what their comfort level is with the marker. And so here I'm going to use red, and I'm going to think about, what do I have on both sides of my equal sign? I've learned about equality, and I'm just going to actually cross out. And so this really gives the ability for you to see their thinking. And then my next step might be, I'm going to cross out coins. Three on each side. And so ultimately I'm left with one pouch being worth 9 coins. Right, and I can just kind of draw it like that. And that's in a very basic sense. I could have also walked through by writing an equation. I could have written an explanation using text. But it really is just giving a canvas for students to show what they understand rather than just typing into a document. And so if we look at the teacher end of this, I can show you what some of the student responses were. And so in this end, I'm looking at what the students had done. And so this is something that I could be displaying on my screen or sharing out with the rest of the class. And you'll notice it doesn't have any student names. I can show it in one by one. I can look at it in a grid, so we can kind of really get a sense of all the work our students did. And then maybe a student that's in the class can point out one that they thought was interesting. If you're in distance learning, it's a little bit tricky for you to display this and then have them call it out. But you can also play around and show them what it looks like it overlaid. But it's a nice way to kind of show what students' thoughts are without attaching a name. And this way they can maybe have other students describe what this person was thinking without that person feeling like, oh, I'm being exposed, right? And so we can see all different ways that the students here showed their work.